Welcome to a new broadcast, and today we're talking about why you shouldn't drink the tap water. So getting started straight off, number one, we have it might contain poop. That's right. According to the New York Times, millions in the U.S. drink dirty water, records show. More than 20% of the nation's water treatment systems have violated key provisions of the Safe Drinking Water Act over the last 5 years, and this is from 2009. The law requires communities to deliver safe tap water to local residents. In 2004, the water provided to more than 49 million people has contained illegal concentrations of chemicals like arsenic or radioactive substances like uranium, as well as dangerous bacteria often found in sewage. In the last 3 years alone, more than 9,000 of the nation's 25,000 sewage systems, including those in major cities, have reported violating the law by dumping untreated or partially treated human waste, chemicals, or other hazardous materials into the rivers and lakes and elsewhere. It happens anytime you get hard rainfall. Sometimes all it takes is 20 minutes of rain and you've got overflows across Brooklyn. And this can happen elsewhere in the world as well. This has happened in Queensland, Australia. You can see before and after pictures of a sewage treatment facility getting flooded. And that's what you're drinking, guys. That goes into your water system. You're drinking poop water. Number two is pesticides. That's right, even according to the EPA's own website, pesticides end up in your water. Pesticides have a potential to contaminate drinking water supplies, and as I showed you in the previous New York Times article, they do end up in the water supply. Despite the EPA's implementations of regulations, they still end up in there. And according to the EPA's own website, pesticides can have an effect on your hormones, your endocrine system, and some pesticides may even be carcinogenic. Yeah, so really this is another thing you don't want to be putting in your system too much of, you know. Number three is chlorine. About 1995, about 64% of all community water systems in the United States used chlorine to disinfect their water. Now, chlorine, according to several studies, can result in an increased risk of bladder and rectal cancer. This study from Taiwan of nearly 400,000 infants found that drinking water disinfected by chlorine while pregnant may increase the risk of having children with heart problems, cleft palates, and major brain defects. This is not something you want to be putting in your body, you know, as well as poop and pesticides. And we have another chlorine study here that shows several links have been established between sleep disturbances and chlorine, and is associated with excess daytime sleepiness. It is clear that there is a relationship between chlorine, sleep disturbances, and brain development. And these sleep disturbances or sleep deprivation that you get can progress Alzheimer's. So, not good. And another thing about chlorine is it's designed to kill bacteria, and this was used to kill like harmful bacteria, but it also kills like the good bacteria that you have in your gut, where a lot of your immune system is situated. But okay, let's move on to number four. Yeah, and number four is fluoride. Fluoride can have lots of effects on your brain, and I think the one that I'd like to draw your attention to is just the learning and memory, basically. Like look at all of these different studies. The present study reveals that exposure to fluoride in early stages of rat development leads to impairment of memory in young offspring. Fluoride impaired the learning and memory abilities of offspring rats with decreased neurological numbers. Fluoride impaired the cognitive abilities of offspring rats. Fluoride exposure during embryonic to suckling stages impaired the learning and memory ability of the mouse pups. In the study, the ability of learning and memory were declined. Sodium fluoride led to loss of motor control and learning ability. In this study, we observed that the administration of fluoride was associated with cognitive impairment. And this just goes on. And there are many countries throughout the world who add fluoride to water. They say it's supposed to be good for your teeth, I guess. But just brush your teeth. How hard is that? Yes, and fluoride has an interesting history too if you want to look into it, which I would recommend. But there you go. That's 4 reasons why you shouldn't drink the tap water. Thank you for watching.